Yo, what's good, my fellow deadheads? Your overlord has returned. Today we have another JJK Phantom Parade video. You can see by the man, the myth, the legend on the screen, not me this time, guys, Yuji, that we're going to be breaking down Zone Yuji today. I thought I would go ahead and just break down each one of the anniversary characters, because by the time you guys are watching this video, it'll be the 23rd and we'll be 14 days, so exactly 2 weeks away from the half anniversary, and Yuji should be the first character that drops during the half anniversary. I'm personally not going to summon for domain expansion, or not domain, what the hell? I'm personally not going to summon for Zone Yuji, or Zone G for short, as everybody likes to call him, just because I already have a yellow DPS and hidden inventory Gojo, and I also have yellow Nanami if I wanted to work out a comp where I wanted to use, you know, domain expansion Gojo on a team, on a yellow team, on a stage that was strong against yellow. Curse Sweep Battle, right? If I wanted to use domain expansion Gojo as my main debuffer, I could use him and then still use like yellow Nanami or something like that as a debuffer. If I really needed to and I was really desperate for it, I could use yellow Nobara as an attacker if I needed to. But like, I have options. I have options over Yuji. Now, every single one of them is not better than Yuji or equal to Yuji even, but like I'd say that hidden inventory Gojo, like summoning a brand new Yuji and having domain expansion Gojo, or not domain expansion, having hidden inventory Gojo already like worked on, I don't think that Yuji's going to instantly replace Gojo, even though he does have really cool mechanics. And today we're just here to kind of go over his kit and show you those mechanics, just to show you what you are summoning for. But the most important part of this video is, I actually just want to tell you guys the materials that you need to evolve the character. That is always one very big question that I have, and that is always one very big question that's never answered on this damn wiki, because nobody ever thinks to put down, oh, okay, they require this cursed object or this cursed object, and they don't like to show how many different numbers of or they don't like to show the quantity of each cursed object that you need for the character. So I thought that I would go ahead and just take it upon myself to go through the website and look at it myself, because there is another website that is a wiki for JJK Phantom Parade, but even that website is incomplete. But I would say that the overall bulk of information that they have on that website is definitely a lot more useful. But if you guys do enjoy videos like these, because I will definitely be doing a video like this for Domain Expansion Gojo and for Sukuna as well, just our anniversary headliners, then go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe and the notification bell, and also comment down below. But let's go ahead and hop right into it. You've probably seen 1,000,001 people under the sun go over, how the character works, how well they are, especially if you keep up with the Japanese version of the game. We're going to skip over all this extra stuff down here. I mainly just want to use this page to show you guys that Yuji is going to be getting his grade up off of the plates. It said, don't ignore these names right here. This is translated very roughly with Google. So they want plates for Yuji, and they also want decor. These are plates and decor in the game, right? The little kind of like decoration ones, if you look a little deeper, they have like little stands to them and everything. Or more, I guess they're like pots, right? Plates and pots for Yuji. You can see here, it gives you an exact breakdown of the number of each type of cursed object that you need, and even shows you the JP that you need. Now, the reason why I say this website is very incomplete is because if you look at it, it only stops at the grade 1 green stuff, not even the grade 2 or grade 3 at all, and it doesn't even begin to show the purple stuff. But if you come down here a little bit further, you can get even more inspection into it, and you'll see that it shows you how many cursed objects you need on each level. And guys, it stops at grade 10. So this is only showing you the objects for grade 10. Again, this is an incomplete site, but they still have a very big multitude of information. It's like, this is an incomplete site, but at least they have this in the first place. The fandom wiki doesn't have this at all, and I would love to see them add a page like this in the future. Hey fandom, whoever works on it, if you're watching this right now, I know you're watching this, I'm the dead man, come on. Literally, please work this out. But it's safe to assume, just off of looking at the values of these right here, that like for the green distorted, or for the green plates and green decors 2s and 3s, you're probably gonna need something similar to these numbers right here. It is a little harder to keep track of too, because you'll notice, sometimes you need more of the plates than the decor for a certain like range of grades, but then you go down to the next one and you need more plates than decor. So more decor than plates on here, but then need more plates than decor. And then right here, it keeps switching back and forth. It doesn't even keep switching back and forth. Actually, it kind of does for the first few things, yes. It kind of does switch back and forth between the first few things and just like seeing that you need more of one versus the other. But eventually when you get down here, you'll see, okay, you need more plates than decor, but then you need more decor than plates right here. And then it doesn't alternate back. Once again, you need more decor than plates right here, and then it finally switches back in the green materials. So what I would say is, guys, for you to be at the safest level of having materials for Yuji, I would look at decor and plates for every single level, and I would make sure that I have it farmed up at least to the 520 mark. I would say that would probably be or 560. A lot of the time when I'm upgrading characters and I'm pushing, most of the time when I'm trying to do an entire like grade up, an entire level up, I need 560. That is the biggest number I've ever seen whenever I'm doing grade ups. So make sure that you're farming your purples, your green 3s, 2s, and 1s, all of that up to 560 at the very least, and I think you should be good to get Yuji shot all the way up to his maximum grade, or not even his maximum grade, because by the time Yuji comes out, we're going to be getting grade 14 and 15 as well. So you are going to go ahead and want to incorporate that into your grind as well, because that is coming for us on Friday. So go ahead and just get locked in for that, or rather, yes, this is coming for us on Friday. I'm recording these videos like preemptively, so it is a little confusing for me to kind of like pinpoint all the time ranges and everything. But Friday, we will be getting that new story chapter, or those new story chapters, or that new story chapter that introduces 2 grades. There we go. But yeah, just try to farm everything in the higher levels up to like 520. And guys, I can leave the Game With website to Yuji's page specifically linked down below this video, so you can come back and look at this page just for reference at any time. But again, literally breaks it down to each individual grade for you, and it even all this is just extra stuff like, do you want to see any other characters or anything, but it literally has a very good breakdown of, you know, what skills do you want to use with Yuji in what specific order, what priority should you work on his skills in, breaks down all the skills for you, shows you good pages for him, shows you a good team for him. Like, it has everything on this website. So guys, if you need a website to check out to make sure that you're doing things the right way, don't just use the JJK Phantom Parade wiki, because that one a bit incomplete. This one is also incomplete as well, but I feel like if you use these 2 websites in unison together, you can get a more full idea of what you should be doing with these characters. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump back over to Yuji himself, and we're going to break down how his kit works. I'm going to go ahead and just give you this right now. The way that you want to work on Yuji's skills is you're going to work on Yuji's skill 2 first, because Yuji's skill 2, whenever he does his ultimate, it puts him in zone, and when he's in zone, or honestly, I don't even think he needs to use his ultimate for zone. I think his ultimate is just like guaranteed to give him zone. Because other characters, when they hit a black flash, they enter the zone, I'm pretty sure. But I think that Yuji needs to do his ultimate, but his ultimate is a guaranteed black flash. So basically, you want to level up Yuji's skill 2 first, because once Yuji gets into a zone state, this skill is the one that is most evolved from the basic to the zone state, as in the skill usually is just a single attack, but when you get into the zone state, you can literally choose 2 different attacks on this skill, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. If zone state is active, skill effect changes to deal 340% melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy for 2 turns, and then increases on taijutsu stat by 20% for 2 turns. And then ultimate skill gauge charge provided is halved. When performing an additional action, activates an effect depending on the order in which this skill is used. If this skill is the first action in your turn, and like I said, Yuji gets the ability to do double attacks basically. If this is the first action for you in your turn, this increases Yuji's black flash rate by 15% and increases his critical hit rate by 40%. If it's the second attack, it increases his own damage dealt by 30% for 2 turns. So you can see automatically why this skill is very good to work on, and those percentages that I gave you were from a level 1 skill, not even level 10. But you can see why this skill is very good to work on, because this skill gives you a multitude of buffs in a multitude of different ways. And also, it gives you this buff right here guaranteed like all the time. Actually, that's without the zone. But without the zone, he still boosts his ultimate charge rate like pretty well. 20% for 3 turns is pretty solid, especially if you have somebody else on your team that's giving you the capability to spam this skill. Then all of a sudden, Yuji's ultimate is coming by like really fast every time. The second skill you're going to want to work on is Yuji's ultimate, because his ultimate is what puts him into that zone state, and also the ultimate is very good damage. It is 1500% straight raw taijutsu damage, and you can see, boom, activates his zone state for 2 turns and is guaranteed to give him black flash. So once his ultimate is used, he will be able to do all the extra zone effects for 2 turns guaranteed, but you want to make sure that this skill is worked on first, just because when he's in the zone, you want to fully utilize the skill and the secondary attacks and all the secondary buffs and everything. The buffs don't actually change whenever you level up the skill, but the damage you do and the taijutsu stat boost he gives himself does change whenever he does boost his skill. So you definitely want to make sure you're working on that. Then his skill 3 is going to be the 3rd skill, because his skill 1 is just a basic, it's just a basic like damaging skill. So since there's no effects on it, that's typically how I predicate my skill 1s. If there is no damaging effects on it whatsoever, or obviously if it's just a damage effect with no extra effects or anything like that, to support anything, boost damage, debuff enemies, nothing, then usually the skill 1 is the last skill that I am worried about. But if we look at the skill 3 here, you can see increases own break damage by 160%, so very excellent for that case. Then deals 520% melee taijutsu damage to a selected enemy, and decreases own damage received by 15% for 2 turns, which is very good. Then, also, I will say, I noticed right now, a lot of the time, you see like a bunch of like very weird numbers for like their skill effects and everything. I do like to see that they're making the numbers a little more uniform, instead of having it being like, you know, 519.8% or some stupid shit like that. They're just making it 520. Like, I'm glad they're just starting to do that now. If zone state is activated, skill effect changes to increases break damage by 250% instead of 160%, and then deals 680% melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy, and the ultimate gauge charge rate is halved on this. But what I will say is, the reason why you want to do skill 2, then ultimate, then skill 3, then skill 1, and at least for the chain of what you're working on, is because yes, the ultimate does put you in the zone state. But even if you look at all the skills at level 1, all of the other skills pale in comparison to how much damage your ultimate skill is going to be giving you. Obviously, the ultimate skill is the ultimate skill for a reason. So, yes, it puts you in the zone state, but the reason why you want to work on skills 2 and 3 is because, or skill 2 mainly, is because you want to take full advantage of the entire suite of zone shit that is going on whenever you are in zone. And that means that you want this damage to be as high as possible. That means that because literally, you're doing double attacks at this point. So this damage starts to stack up very crazily if you do this skill 2 times in 1 turn. Now obviously you have to use the cursed energy twice in that 1 turn, so you do need a lot of cursed energy and stuff like that, but even still, it does not hurt to have the skills already set up. No matter what you do with the ultimate, it is always going to put you in zone, whether it is at level 1 or at level 10. Once you get this skill right here all taken care of though, I would say get the ultimate to level 10, because you're going to be using it all the time to get your zone up, and this literally directly boosts your ultimate gauge as well, so it's going to be getting you to your ultimate even faster. And then year 3 also does have zone effects, yes, but the zone effects that happen on your skill 2, and honestly just the general effects on your skill 2, are much better in my opinion than the skill 3. So guys, that is how it's going to be. You're going to want to go skill 3 or skill 2, ultimate, skill 3, skill 1. And Yuji is going to be hitting like a fucking truck, of course. Let's look over his passive real quick. Zone outburst. At the start of each turn, if zone state is activated, increases own taijutsu stat by 30%, excellent. Then increases own black flash rate by 50%, excellent. Increases own cursed energy consumption efficiency, so that means that all skills are going to go down by 5 cursed energy whenever you use them. Then recovers own cursed energy by 10, and then cannot activate own ultimate skill after he does that, and then performs an additional action for 1 turn. And then reduces zone state count by 1 at the start of the next turn, and reduces own skill cursed energy cost by 5. It doesn't do that again, it's just specifying what cursed energy efficiency means. But recovers own cursed energy by 10, and reducing all the cost of all your skills by 5 is actually pretty cracked. Then whenever he does a black flash as well, which is giving himself a much higher black flash rate while being in the zone state, he recovers his own cursed energy by 5. So he's kind of recovering 15 cursed energy like every turn, instead of just 10 cursed energy every turn if you're using them properly, right? But then Vessel of Sukuna. At the start of battle, grants poison and soul damage resistance to self, and grants immunity to instant death effects caused by soul damage. So, does not nullify instant death, nullifies instant death by soul damage. So by somebody like Mahito, right? But this Yuji is absolutely incredible. They even went as far as to give it, and honestly bro, most of the time when I see the page recommendation down here, it's like the same for every fucking character. But like this one, Play of the Strong, is a page that is highly leaning towards physical DPS characters. Like-minded sisters always is nice. They're saying that you can use an excellent shape just because he is a character that really works really well with his ultimate, and you want to make sure you're rushing his ultimate as much as you can. It's not exactly a domain, but I feel like it doesn't even change the tide of battle like a domain either, but I still will say that it's a very important page. And then this page, I don't even know what this page does right now. I can't remember what it does at the moment. It's not out on global just yet, but whenever we get our new story chapter and we get the Kaito banner, it'll be out on global. And then also I do want to look and see what banner came with, or what recollection bit came with Yuji on his page. So give me a second to do my research, guys. Okay, sick. So this page right here is either called Inheritance or What Was Inherited. I appreciate the fact that they at least put all the different names up here so we know that like the name we're looking at may not be the exact name. But this actually is the page that drops with Yuji on his banner, not with Kaito. So this one right here is going to be at 1 star or at no dupes at all. When command skill or ultimate skill is used, so on any skill, increases own taijutsu stat by 60%. And then I like how it's saying taijutsu stat and not damage, by the way, because all the skills scale off of his stat. Recovers own cursed energy by 10, and that is available once 5 turns have passed. If you get it to 3 stars, then this increases to 70% boosted taijutsu stat, and it still only recovers 10 cursed energy, and it's still every 5 turns. Has a 7-turn cooldown, which I can kind of let slide because this is a solid page for giving you a decently good stat boost on any of your skills, and recovers your own cursed energy by 10. I don't hate it. Then, if you get it to the 1-star point, at the start of battle, recovers own cursed energy by 10. That's excellent. And then at the start of battle, if own HP is 50% or below, or at the start of turn, I'm sorry. If own HP is 50% or below, decreases own damage received by 15%. That combos very well with Yuji's skill. That also gives him 15% damage reduction, and then increases own taijutsu stat by 15%. So a very good page to have with him. I'm only going over this page because you have a chance of summoning. Like, these are anniversary characters. All these other characters, guys, I've been looking at you like, yo, do not summon by any means necessary. It is not worth it. Don't do it. Please listen. And people didn't listen. But these banners, it makes sense if you're summoning balls to the wall on these banners. All the other standard banner characters that you're looking for are on these banners with these characters, and these are the new characters. These characters are going to be the new status quo in the game, so it makes sense to summon for these characters. But we went over Yuji, we went over the page he comes with, we went over other pages that he works with, we went over all the materials that he needs to level up. Oh, also, this is just general information. This is not information for Yuji specifically, but you need about, I would say 3,050,000 JP to level up all of the skills on a character completely. You need 16 chaotic Jujutsu crystals. I already know the math. I already did the math. I already looked at shit. Right? You need that many chaotic Jujutsu crystals to get all the skills to level 10. And then also, you're probably going to need somewhere around 20 million experience, if not even higher, because we're about to get a new level cap. So just keep all of those things in mind. I'm just trying to get you guys as prepared as possible for Yuji. And honestly, we only have 2 weeks, so there's only a small amount of preparation that you can really do in this 2 weeks. But at the same time, I'm just also trying to give you the metrics so you can kind of get an idea of how close you are to working on these characters, because some of you guys are missing, you know, hidden inventory Gojo, and you understand that it's not worth working on Nobara at this point in the game, or maybe you don't want to work on Nanami or something like that. And obviously Nanami's not going to be as good as Yuji, right? But even still, you guys understand that you need these characters, and if you are trying to get these characters and hit the ground running, you need to know how much materials you need to dump into these characters so that you can save up to those material levels and make sure that you can instantly work on these characters. I have all the materials that I need, not all of them, because like I said, chapter 14 or grade 14 and 15 are literally about to release. But I have nearly all the materials that I need to get Domain Expansion Gojo maxed out as soon as I get him, and I'll have enough time in between him and Sukuna to farm out the stuff for Sukuna as well. And I have full confidence that before the half anniversary begins, I will go ahead and farm up the materials I need to get Gojo to grade 14 and 15 as well, because every other character's progress is pretty much on halt on my account until I get that man cracked out, maxed out, all that I want to. But guys, that is about it about Yuji. And again, I will link Yuji's game with page down below the video, just because that page is very helpful. And honestly, if you just want to take another look at him on a page that is not translated and has all of the proper, you know, text and everything, I will link Yuji and I'll link this page down below my video as well, just so you guys can go and check out all of these things. I do not like to withhold information, so I will give you access to all of the different sources that I pull my information from. But if you guys did enjoy this video, then please go down below, smack that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the comment sections and let me know what you think of Yuji. Are you going to summon for Yuji or not? And if you are going to summon for Yuji, please let me know so I can wish you guys some incredible luck for the character. But that is going to be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. We do still love you guys here. I don't know why I said still, like it would ever stop. We are the embodiment of love. We love all of you guys. We love the haters. We love Billy. We love everybody. Even if they fuck up sometimes, we still have love for everybody, because everybody is a person or an experience or a sensation at the end of the day. Who knows? But that's going to be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. Peace out.